If you don't know how to guide your first-time home sellers, you could be stabbing yourself in the foot trying to build a business of long-term referral, trust, repeat business, because most agents treat these first-time home sellers like they've done this before. Yes, they have been involved in a real estate transaction. However, first-time home sellers have not been involved in a listing side of a transaction, and it's a completely different ballgame. Just like for you, first-time home buyers are completely different than seasoned buyers out there, investors on the market. So are first-time home sellers, and it's a market that you can absolutely scale your business if you can reach these people and help understand that this is a first time for doing something in the real estate game. Let's talk about it. What's up, guys? I'm Jeremy Kane, Real Estate Agent Playbook, the Wolfpack at EXP, helping agents just like you figure out how to scale their business without spending a ton of money on Zillow ads or Facebook ads, but building an organic connection-based business that can help you grow and is certainly scalable to heights that I'm sure would change your life. So if you're interested in that, you can book a call with me. I partner with agents, I coach agents, I do it all, so we can talk about that when you book a call. But for now, let's talk about these first-time home sellers. First and foremost, let's have a comment below in the struggles that you are seeing with these sellers, first-time home sellers. Even if they're not first-time home sellers and it's been a long time, what's the number one struggle you are seeing with sellers right now in our market? Because the truth is, there are some, right? Why are first-time home sellers different? Why don't we talk about first-time home sellers like we talk about first-time home buyers, right? There's almost a stigma on first-time home buyers because they're too much work. They're this, they're that, which I think is crap too. As you learned in the last video, first-time home buyers are another gold mine that you can access. However, for the first-time home sellers, they may have some equity. They may be coming into the buying season a lot differently than they were. But before they get into that and something they've already done as a home buyer, they need to be a home seller. And being a home seller is a lot different, right? Understanding that there's an emotional piece of it, there's a business piece of it, and prepping your sellers for those roller coasters, for what's going on, because now the feedback's coming at them. This is their lifestyle. Sometimes there's negative feedback that comes in, like that paint color sucks. Well, what if it's our favorite paint color, right? You have to understand and manage these emotions to help your sellers kind of stay even keel through what can be an extremely stressful process. Another thing you have to understand is where they are going, right? I think that it's huge, and agents kill a lot of listings by focusing so much on, what's going on, skipping the education, assuming that they know what it's like to have showings scheduled into their home versus, you doing it on the back end into someone else's home on the buy side, right? Over-promising on price. This is huge. You have to understand that you need to be as subjective as possible with the price, understanding the facts and the value and all the things, and taking that into consideration. I like to use, I believe that I can get appraisal based on this data at this number, right? We can talk about the different pricing strategies, going for gold, pricing at market, or pricing a little bit below market. That's a whole different ballgame. If you kind of direct your attention to the strategy versus the actual list price, you might have better success getting the list price that will help sell the home faster for the most amount of money. That's just a pro tip. If you are interested in learning more about that, we can book a call below. Definitely reach out or comment anything, and I will get in touch with you, and we can talk about the difference between selling the strategy and selling a list price that you're going for. And then the biggest one that I focus on in my business is, where are you going? The sellers are becoming buyers, and as a buyer in a different market, you have to understand they're probably in a very low interest rate. They're probably looking to move up, and they're probably looking to, have the next home in their dream life, or maybe it's their dream home, maybe it's their forever home, especially if they're first-time home sellers. So you have to understand where they're going to go, and they need to understand what that's going to look like, because when you go up $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 in value, right? And let's be real, their own home might have gone up $300,000 in value. So now they're shopping about $500,000 to $600,000 in value higher than they were back when the interest rate was 2%. Now the interest rate's 7%. So is it even possible? Is it even worth it to put all of this time and effort and energy into selling this house when their dream is actually unattainable because of the cost of everything has gone up? Yes, they have the equity, but are they really ready to have that step up in value based on the interest rate? That's what you need to know, and we need to know where they're going, what their plan is. Yes, sometimes people have to move, life changes, whatever that is. But if it's a move-up buyer, a first-time home seller, and they're looking at making that move, well, first of all, let's make sure that by looking at some houses, that next level is available to them. And then let's compare that price point with the interest rate, with understanding what their basic equity might be that they could put in from their previous house into the new one, and see if that number even, resonates. Because I know that when I put a number in front of a lot of sellers that I do, of what the buyer might pay if, they're a first-time home buyer on their home, just like they are shocked to seeing that information. So understand that that's a huge piece. And in this rising inventory market, we need to be aware of that. We need to be aware that sellers are still thinking that it's going to be easy to sell because it was so hard for them to buy, right? And it was easy for a seller when they bought. Well, the truth is in this rising inventory market, we need to price to position, right? Not just price to sell. We need to have a position. We need to have a strategy that goes into that. And so using timelines and systems and processes and understanding that, yes, it's probably worth it to repaint the interior. Yes, it's probably worth it to, redo the floors, because people are paying so much money, right, for that house as a first-time home buyer, likely, not guaranteed. But if they were a first-time home buyer when they bought it, now they're a first-time home seller, it's likely that a first-time home buyer will buy it. They're going to sell it to the avatar they were when they bought it. And if that's the case, now this home that was worth $300 is now worth $600 with an interest rate that's 4 points higher. This is what they're going to pay. They're probably not willing to, take that carpet credit and take that on, based on splitting it 50-50. If the carpet needs to go, let's get it gone before that happens. All of these things are strategies that you can utilize when you're talking to these first-time home sellers for them to understand what's coming, right? Teach them to think like a buyer as they put their house on the market, and what are the things that, irk them. Yes, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to walk into a house and say, you need to take all your pictures of yourself down. You need to declutter. Looks like, a bomb went off in here. Don't say that, but it's harder for them to see that. So you as an agent need to understand how you can frame these things and how you can get to the result without maybe being uber direct about it, unless that's your personality, and then you do you. But likely you'll be attracting people that appreciate that and love the directness of your personality. So, as we do with first-time home buyers, take a little bit of time, make sure you're educating, walk them through the entire market context, show off your skills and your knowledge of the market in their neighborhood, which, is available online for sure. Use your tools. But if you're able to demonstrate that market knowledge and you become the market expert, things become a lot easier down the road. And then let's talk about introductions to vendors. Do you need to get, a sewer line insurance, those kind of things, a home warranty ahead of time that could save tens of thousands of dollars on the inspection? Does that make sense for this client, for this property? Have those things and introduce them to your trusted vendors. It's a major referral opportunity for those vendors to refer you future business if you're referring them out every possible chance you get, including pre-listing, not just at the inspection. And position yourself as a tour guide for what is coming, right? Understanding that the marketing is a whole nother ballgame. What's the marketing look like? How are you going to actually market this property? Because putting it in the MLS is just not where it's at. So if you want more listings, you want better referrals, set up a system. Let's sit down and talk about this. Every agent that joins me has access to my entire listing playbook, my entire listing system with exactly how I can do it, how I do it for absolutely free. So if you're interested in partnering with like-minded individuals, you can do that at the reagentwolfpack.com below. But if you're happy where you're at and you just want to chat about this and implement some of this into your business, I'm more than happy to help you get a win today in real estate. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.